What's going on, guys? It's your boy Trolltech here for another video. So today we're getting episode 9 of Two Kids Room, which I'm really excited for because this is Changbin and Felix's episode, which is going to be interesting because, as we know, Felix is the absolute biggest simp, like 100% unfailing simp of my boy Changbin. So this is going to be interesting. Like, I love the dynamic in Stray Kids because Hyunjin's a simp for Felix. Felix is a simp for Changbin. Changbin's a simp for Hyunjin. Right? You got that triangle. And then you've got Hyunjin also being a simp for IN. IN simping for no one. Sungmin simping for no one. Chan low-key simping for Sungmin. Chan simping for Felix sometimes as well. Like, it's not even a fucking love triangle anymore. It's a love fucking hexagon. So anyway, this got nothing to do with anything, but let's get into episode 9 of Changbin and Felix. So, yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, this will be the cut down version. The full version will be available on Patreon. I've just decided that's how I'm going to do it from now on. Just because, like, I've been getting a lot of, like, by putting the full Two Kids Room stuff on YouTube, I've been getting a lot of, like, copyright issues. And I don't know why, because the full video is on YouTube, but I don't know. I just don't want to deal with it. So it's got the cut down reaction will be on YouTube. The full reaction will be on Patreon. That's the way we're going to do it. So without further ado, let's get into Two Kids Room episode 9. Oh, I'm so excited. Why is Felix dressed like a rich white boy that goes to the yacht club every Sunday? Like, that's the way he's dressed right now. He's already started. Nah, he's already started, mate. Like, look at the smile on his face. Please, Felix, why are you such a simp for? Like, chill for 5 seconds. Honestly.
아들 입장에서 너무 고마웠던 거지. 물론 약간 먹는 게 예의고 그냥 정말 맛있었는데 뭔가 먹었어.
See, this is where this culture divide, like, with the way, like, Asian cultures are, like Middle Eastern cultures are, like that type of stuff, like, you know, these kind of more traditional cultures are, that's the difference I've noticed, right? Because as a Turk, it's the same thing, right? If you go to someone's house and then you don't eat, like, you don't eat a lot, it's like almost disrespectful because you're like, oh, what, is my cooking not good enough for you type vibe, right? But I've found the opposite when it comes to, like normal Aussies. Like, I don't know, like, there's like European, kind of white European, like, culture is where it's almost like eating at someone's house is considered rude, like eating too much or whatever. It's like this weird divide, right? Because yeah, it's the same with Turkish culture. That same vibe. Like, the more you eat, the more, like, respectful it is almost. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's why I connect a lot with these K-pop artists, because, right, they were raised in a very similar culture to what I grew up in. Like, you know, Turkish culture and Korean culture, like, the way we respond to certain things is relatively similar. Like, the food thing, the way you treat your elders, and, like, how important, like, age and shit is in those cultures, and, like, respect and stuff like that. Yeah, so I see a lot of similarities.
그 챙겨주는 거 되게 좋아했지만 근데 이제 사람 많이 오는 것도 되게 싫었어. 그래서 너랑 비슷해. 들었죠? 너래죠. 너래요. 얘 자주 그래요. 아주 야, 너. 괜찮잖아. 난 좋아.
The, like, low key, I'm kind of like that as well. Like, inviting people over to my house. Like, I rarely, like, the only people I invite to my house is, like, my closest friends. Like, friends I've had for, like, 20 plus years. You know what I mean? Like, those are the only, like, literally, if I could think, I've never invited friends over to my house. Like, outside of my, like, childhood friends that I've known for 20 plus years, really, I don't invite, like, I've never ever invited any other friend. Like, if I'm going to invite someone over to my house, I've got to at least know them for, like, minimum 6-7 years. I've got to be, like, really good friends with them. Like, if I just know them for, like, 5 or 6 years, I still wouldn't invite them over. Like, I've got to be really good friends, like, with someone to invite them to my house. Like, it's not happening otherwise. Yeah. So I'm like that as well.
수영을 보면 요새 나는 되게 그냥
서로 편하게 생각하고 따뜻한 관계라는 걸 느껴. 그냥 서로 굳이 말로.
Yeah,
하지
I've
않고
noticed
서로를
actually, like,
따뜻한 느낌.
그치.
this, like, in this video in particular, Felix seems to be the most comfortable. Not comfortable, that's not the right word, but like he seems to be the most in his natural kind of habitat. You know what I mean? Like, he just seems comfortable and like he's just chilling. Like, in the other ones, he was still kind of like that, but he was a bit more withdrawn almost. This one, you can see him like he's shining and he's smiling and he's, you know, like he's more energetic. Like, this man he's such a Benny simp. It's so obvious in this video.
성빈 형도 어떻게
Like,
보면
completely off topic, but Hyunjin's looking particularly angelic in this video.
형은 자기 전까지는 항상 누군가랑 함께 있는 걸 좋아한단 말이야. 혼자 시간 보내는 것보다는 뭐 운동도 그렇고 밥 먹는 것도
그치.
그렇고 혼자보다는 같이,
같이
하는
하는
거
게 제일
잠잘 때만 혼자 있으면 되는 거고.
I'm good either way, to be
그럴
honest.
때마다
Like,
이제
I never.
이제 그런 게 조금 허전한 거지.
I'm
이제 우리
like,
다 비슷하잖아.
I'm pretty comfortable in my being alone. Like, generally, I can be alone for months on end and I'm fine. Like, I remember last year for like 4 months, I literally didn't see a single person, like for 4 months, like, because like everyone like had gone on like holidays and shit, and I had to go do uni shit, so I couldn't go. And I remember just for 4 months straight, I didn't really talk to anyone. I just did my shit. Like, I played video games, did uni. That's it. Like, that was all I did for 4 months. And I was just like, yeah, I can't be fucked with humans right now. So I'm fine either way. Like, I like being with people, but I can also just be alone. And I don't get like things. I don't get like, oh, I want to hang out with someone. Like, I think I'm probably just so comfortable in my own brain at this point that I don't get affected by that.
팬분들이 용복이가 창빈이를 너무 좋아한다. 그러니까
그치.
현진이는
원래 좋아하지.
싫어하는 티를 내지만 좋아하는 티가 난다. 막 이런 느낌이고 용복이는 거침없이 좋아하는 걸 티를 내고.
See, that's exactly what I've been saying, right? That's exactly what I've been saying. That obviously we know Felix is a big simp. That's not a problem. But Hyunjin low-key being obsessed with Changbin is a very real thing. Like, not obsessed, but like you can tell that he loves Changbin's attention, you know? He's just a tsundere about it. That's the only thing.
감정에 좀 충실해서 뭐 좀 더 잘 말할 수 있는 건데 좀 더 착하게 다정하게 말할 수 있는 피드백 같은 경우를 내가 그때 좀 예민했다고 해서 너한테 그런 약간 좀 실증.
I think that's why people are. I feel like that's why the other members are generally comfortable with Changbin in general, where he's very critical of making sure he's not acting based on his own biases and his own things going on. Like, he's always examining the things he's saying and the things he's doing. Even in the survival show, that vibe where he was always examining, like, was I at fault? Could I have done this better? Could I have said this better? Did this better? Like, he's always examining like his own behaviors, which I think is why, like, obviously the joke is Felix is a massive simp for him, and that's a thing. But like, even the other members, I think, are so comfortable with Changbin. Like Chan, for example. Like, Changbin's really the only one he trusts 100 and not trust, but like the one he depends on like 100%. Like the one guy he can go to and say, "Look, I'm going through something," right? Which I think he wouldn't do for the other members. And I think that's the case with like Hyunjin and Changbin, and like I think a lot of the members look at Changbin as like this stable like rock almost. You know what I mean? Like,
랩적인 부분에서 릭스가 뭔가 잘 해봐. 그럼 창빈 형이
엄청 좋아하지.
하루 종일 릭스 칭찬을 해.
아.
약간 우리 애가 이렇게 발전했다. 약간 이게 있더라고. 자부심이 있더라고 창빈 형이. 릭스에 대한 자부심이 있어.
there's almost like Changbin's like been pivotal to increasing Felix's confidence, you know? Because like when he does something good, he's like, "Look, you did this wonderfully," and he compliments and he's like shows his, you know, pride and whatever, right? So I think generally that's something I noticed in the survival show as well, where it was like Changbin was very purposeful in trying to increase the confidence of the younger members like Ian and Felix, and you know, like mainly those two guys, right? He was always trying to help in a way that was going to increase their confidence because he knew they had the ability. It was just confidence that they were lacking, right?
뭐 재밌어 우리가 치는 장난이. 그럼 되게 기분 좋아하잖아.
You know,
정말 사랑하고
Hyunjin's so beautiful that you look at him sometimes, you get angry about how beautiful he is. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get angry at him, but like just at the unfairness of the universe. Like, you just look at this man and you're just like, what? How do you exist? How do you exist, my man?
있고 목소리도 되게 아기자기한 얼굴에 비해서 되게 낮고 반전 매력도 있고 너무 매력이 너무 많지.
Yeah, I think it's a duality that really makes Felix an interesting performer.
트러블이 생겨서 관계에 있어서 되게
Please,
더 발전해 나갈 수
Felix.
있는 하나의 그
My man
완전
looks like he wants to eat Changbin
그거
up.
진짜 잘하고 있는 거야.
Look at him.
형을
하다 보면은 막 눈.
That's what I'm saying. My man is trying to riz Changbin up right now.
소리하고
그렇지 그렇지.
그 수영 표정
맞아.
되게 이제 형이랑 나랑 단 둘이 있을 때
I don't know why. I know it's like he's just listening, but I love when Chan's listening. He's like, yeah. I don't know why. Even when he's speaking Korean, he's got that like I feel like that's such an Aussie thing. Like, I know Koreans do it as well, but he does it a lot where it's like, yeah. Like, that's such an Aussie thing, I feel like, as well.
눈 그냥 이 분위기를 가지고
Please
있는 것
put that
자체가
smile away, Felix.
많은 시기와 질투.
그럼
왔잖아. 딸기 먹어서 그래.
맞지?
아니야.
맞지? 아
근데
진짜.
기분 좋아하네.
아 왜냐면
장빈 형이 섭섭하니까 기분 좋아.
Okay, why am I
아니야.
like I'm in love with their dynamic. I love their dynamic so much, actually. Like, this is a new thing I've discovered out of it. Like, I knew Felix was a big Changbin simp, but I really like their dynamic. Like, outside of the joke, right? Of like Felix being a simp, like their dynamic's actually interesting and fun to watch.
상빈, 필릭스.
Okay, that was episode 9. That was really good. That I'm gonna say that's probably that's my second favorite Two Kids room, I would say. Like, number one, it's got to be Chan and Lino, always. That was my favorite one. That was so fun. But that was good. That was a really fun Two Kids room. I really like their dynamic. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.